back to another Buffalo Bills pregame. No applause, please, crowd. We do not deserve it after that catastrophe against New England this week. Top story, we have one of the worst quarterbacks in the league on our team.
Again.
Ryan Fitzpatrick messing up in almost any way a quarterback can, completely not being able to handle himself under pressure.
Fitzpatrick had a bad game. Even though he threw four touchdowns. 4 interceptions does not make up for those 4 touchdowns. It just doesn't. So, but I think it's play calling. I don't think it's all Fitzpatrick. Because who's calling the play to throw on first down when you should be running? Even though they didn't do so good against the run, or as a running team, they still should have been running on first down as opposed to throwing bombs. And then suddenly you're at 2nd and 10, and what are you going to do then? You're going to run maybe one more time and then throw, right? So, it's play calling. Chan Gailey is on some weird pedestal I don't quite understand. We were calling for Dick Duran's head pretty much the whole time. But Chan Gailey's getting off on, I didn't know they were going to run the ball. Come on.
I think that both C.J. Spiller and Fred Jackson being on the field was the result more of painkillers and cortisone shots. Who knows how much tread we took off their career tires to get them on the field, and mostly for smoke and mirrors for Belichick, I believe. Neither of them showed to be at 100%, and we compromised the future of these two fantastic players for a chance to try to fool Belichick, and honestly, he wasn't fooled. Right, like you said, our run game never took off. This is a game where the numbers, again, do not even begin to tell you how bad the team did. Fitzpatrick looked awful, missing throws, bad play calling or otherwise. He's missing throws, he's short-arming throws. Half his interceptions are because he doesn't have the arm to make the throws that he think he can make.
But
he has no right. He has no right. Let me finish.
Okay.
He has no right with the arm to be an NFL quarterback. Maybe his mind is super good to make up for it, but his arm is not an NFL quarterback's arm.
There weren't any pick sixes, and yet there's 52 points. So, yeah, I had a point eventually at the end. That's on the defense there. The defense is screwing up more, and I know a lot of them were off turnovers, but...
They were given short yardage situations to defend.
But why is C.J. Spiller trying to punch in the ball, not Fred Jackson? That would have been huge.
Because Fred Jackson's injury to his leg.
Why didn't we run Chachard Choice then? Once. We had a whole show about Chachard Choice last week. We didn't even try running him one time.
Yeah, we ran him, but he had one run in the fourth quarter.
Oh, sorry, when the game was...
Well, don't say once when he did run.
All right,
once.
Well, fair enough. I'm just trying to make a point here that we didn't do what we could have done, and I think it comes down to coaching on both sides of the ball, not just the players. I mean, yes, Fitzpatrick did not have a good game, but you also have to take in mind who's calling the plays on each side.
All right. That wraps up the post-game show for the Bills, I think.
Yeah.
There is nothing good to say about this game, and after the way Mormon was treated, you got to think Ryan Fitzpatrick is doing way worse than he was, and he should be off the team by Wednesday, Thursday.
Let's go on to the 49ers game, shall we?
Plan of attack. What do we do against the 49ers? They've got Dante Whitner on defense, who we got rid of because we didn't think that he was a contribution. Is that a weak point that our offense tries to take advantage of?
Well, I mean, I don't really think Dante Whitner is so much a weak point on their defense. They have a lot of defensive stars. They got Patrick Willis, they got Carlos Rogers, they got Aldon Smith. They've drafted really well on both sides of the ball, especially with Anthony Davis, Joe Staley, things like that.
Dante Whitner was a weakness on our mediocre defense, but he's not a weakness on their excellent defense?
I don't think he was trying, really, to be honest with you, in Buffalo. I just don't think he was putting in his full effort, whereas in the 49ers, on a winning franchise, he's going to put in a higher effort. Though I'll tell you one thing, he has no right to have a revenge factor because, we drafted him 8th in the draft. We paid him a lot more than any other team was going to. So if anything, there should be respect and not anything else, unless you're talking the contract or the benching, which are decent points, but there shouldn't be any real issues there.
We seem to be, on paper, we do not match up well against the 49ers. What playmakers need to step up this week for us to have a chance?
Honestly, Chris Hairston and Chad Reinhardt are the playmakers that need to step up because we lost 2 good linemen in Cordy Glenn and Craig Urbick. So you've been boasting about the line.
For sure.
Now that line is 60%. So what would they need to step up?
I'm
That's
just trying
the
to think
playmaker.
of another example in NFL analyst history where offensive linemen are referred to as playmakers.
Well, honestly, they are the playmakers. They had Fitzpatrick upright for 3 weeks. So
The Bills were unable to produce a significant rush against Tom Brady this past week. Is it time for Dave Wanstead to reconsider his strategy of a strict four-man rush against the offense, or does he need to start using this new blitz technique that has caught fire here in the NFL? Confusing, not showing different packages, showing different blitzers coming up on the quarterback, dropping linemen back into coverage, blitzing linebackers, just different things that you can use to take advantage of what might be the weakest point of the San Francisco's offense, which is Alex Smith, which isn't even that much of a weak point. What do we have to do defensive scheme-wise to beat Alex Smith and the 49ers?
well, I don't really think that the offensive line of the 49ers is that weak, but we should, with our four front, should be able to blitz them without doing any fancy packages. We all know that Wanstead's kind of basic, so there's really no need for any crazy packages. I mean, Mario, Kyle, they should all be able to just get through their guys, simply put. With regard to Alex Smith, though, we need to Fitzpatrick Alex Smith. And
wait for him to make bad throws?
yes, exactly. You have to wait for him to make bad throws. You have to wait for him to not be able to find anybody and just throw incomplete passes or things like that. He is their weakest link on that team, sorry to say. He's a game manager, if that. And Randy Moss has been doing a lot of complaining lately about, even though he's listed as the starter, he's basically the third wideout. Mario Manningham's been getting most of the play. Plus they have Michael Crabtree, Vernon Davis. They have targets. They have good targets, too. So we will see what ends up happening.
So you're saying we need to stop Frank Gore and dare them to beat us with Alex Smith?
That's the best we can do. And just hope that we can actually cover. Gilmore and Aaron Williams actually did a little bit better despite the 52 points. So
we got the topic of discussion this week, who Amtrak Railfan 15, who is eligible to now win a $100 grand prize at the end of the season. Winner will be selected at random. Be sure to place your topic of discussion recommendation below us here in the comments section. But Amtrak Railfan asks, should we go for a quarterback in free agency?
not at this point in the season because we kind of already traded for one and he's on our third string. So that tells you what would happen to anybody who came in right now. We have to roll with it.
I think that Tavares Jackson deal is looking more and more ridiculous. Vince Young is an incredible athlete, and we're doing as poorly as we are right now. It would be at least fun to watch him run around the field.
Again, and real quickly, it comes back down to coaching. If Gailey could have actually designed some interesting Vince Young plays, it would have been interesting to see how that would have turned out, because the Tavares Jackson thing, like you said, did nothing. So.
And we traded a draft pick. We could have gotten a
Right.
replacement punter with that pick. But
yeah,
no.
which we already have. But
no. So I don't know if free agency immediately right now is the short-term answer. By the looks of an easy schedule, we're probably going to win our way out of a chance of winning, Matt Barkley in the draft. So who knows what's going to happen? But you got to look for getting a quarterback out of the draft with the new bargaining agreement. You get an advantageous contract with rookie quarterbacks if you draft them. Anyway, keys to the game. Back to this week, 49ers. What do the Bills have to do to beat San Francisco?
I kind of already mentioned it before. They need to take care of Alex Smith, take him out of the game. If they don't have their quarterback, they don't move their offense, and we might actually do better on our offense.
I think we need to have a complete game. I think we're outmatched all over the place. Our special teams need to not mess up. We had a rookie punter shanking punts in key situations that gives them momentum right back to New England. We need to improve in every facet of the game to beat what is considered by many a Super Bowl favorite.
Okay.
So I picked the San Francisco 49ers to beat the Bills 27-17.
Okay. Here comes the surprise pick of the week. We lost to New England badly. San Francisco destroyed the Jets. No one's seeing the Bills coming. Which is why I think they're going to win. they're not expecting anything from us. We go in there.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't. We go in there and shock the heck out of them, barely, and we will win the game 24-21. I will stipulate, though, if it is a blowout, if it goes 74-2, I won't be surprised. But I'm really going to... My actual prediction is 24-21 Bills. I think we're actually going to pull it off.
So you want to be cool both ways. If we get blown out, like
I'm just saying.
If we win, I
won't be surprised. I'm just saying. I don't think it's going to be what it was last week.
We've done our part here on Buffalo Bills pregame. We got rid of those bad luck mugs. We got new Bills cups.
Yeah, and that's why we're going to win. We got the cups.
And that's why we're going to win. Go Bills. Oh yeah, Cardinals next week.
Did you know that Cardi means heart?
No.